Bonjour tout le monde, welcome back to We in France. I'm Diane, and today I'm taking you on a French apartment tour, so let's go. Okay, so first things first, let's head into the apartment, and we'll just stand in the entryway for a second. So right when you walk in, you have a corridor here that'll take you to bedroom number 1 on the left. We have the main family room here. We have the bathroom that has the toilet. We have the bathroom to the right that has the shower. Then the kitchen is around the corner. And here on the right, we have bedroom number 2. And something that's cool about this apartment is the ceilings are quite high. And instead of taking the drywall all the way to the ceiling, they have, single pane glass, clear windows. So you get some nice light in. Even if the door is closed, you're still getting the light of day into the hallway. So that's nice. We have that over the bathroom, the family room, and the bedrooms as well. So with that, let's head to our left and head into bedroom number 1. And as you can see, it's really well lit. In French, we would call this a bedroom that is bien lumineuse, well lit, light flooding in from the double doors that lead out to the balcony, which I'll show you in a moment. But we have 2 twin beds in this rental. We have closets over here to my left that I'll show you as well. A little bit of storage under the bed, and then also some cabinets to my right. We have a TV and beautiful wood floors that I believe are the original floors, since this is quite an old apartment. Definitely not a new one, but it has been remodeled. And the nice wood floors add some nice warmth to the room. Something you'll notice in France that might be a little different than what you're used to are the power sockets. The plugs are obviously the French ones, so they're going to have 2 holes and often a little metal part as well. So they look a little different. If you want to use your computer, your phone charger from the US, you will need an adapter. Yeah, that's what they look like. But let's head out to the balcony. Now, something you're going to notice in France is that windows and doors do not typically have screens. So as you see, I just stepped through the doorway. I didn't have to open a sliding screen or anything like that. It's not great for bugs. They do come in. Not great if you have a curious cat or a young child. But out here on the balcony, something else you're going to see as we look down a little bit is a drying rack. A lot of homes don't have dryers, especially in the south, in warmer climates like this one. And you can hang your towels, your clothes, whatever you need to hang here. And there's a bigger one actually that people use as well. I'll show you that in a minute. But the balcony is really nice. Put out a little chair, enjoy the air. And yeah, this is the view. All right, let's head back inside. We'll continue on by making a left into the family room. Okay, into the family room we go, and as you could see, it's also nicely lit with the double doors straight ahead, opening up to the balcony with another nice view. We have a table that seats 4 for breakfast or any meal, as well as a TV, and facing the TV, we have, you guessed it, a couch. Seats about 2 or 3 people with a little coffee table in front, a bench to the right. We have wine glasses, an area to store some wine, some other storage, and just a nice sitting area. And something you'll notice as well, in France, especially in smaller, older apartments, you'll see that there are doors to kind of close off rooms, which I guess there are pros and cons. But if you're having a party or kids are sleeping and you don't want to make too much noise and have the sound travel, you can absolutely shut the door to the main family room. Yeah, and I'll just continue stepping outside so you can take a quick look to my left. Most homes, if not all, have window shutters, and in French, they're called les volets. And you'll see different styles. The ones we have on this apartment, they are manual ones that you have to actually come outside and pin back or close each evening, open each morning. And they're wood that you have to do by hand, manually. Whereas some other styles, as you saw in the apartments across the street, some of them are automatic. They have a rod where you can lower or raise the shutters via that rod, just twisting it. And even more modern ones, newer apartments or apartments that have been refurbished, they'll have ones that work with the push of a button. Some even have a timer. But these ones are old school, heavy wooden ones that you open and close manually. And with that, we're going to head into the bathroom. Okay, so let me pop in here real quick to tell you about Plum Guide. They have hosted us this week in this beautiful apartment, so thank you to Plum Guide for that. Use them wherever you're renting an apartment, in Paris, other areas of France, like this apartment, other areas of Europe, even the US, and around the world. They're always growing, and think of them as an Airbnb alternative. You're gonna get the best apartments, all vetted for quality, cleanliness, location, and that sort of thing. You have 24-hour customer service, and you'll get everything from small studios up to giant castles that can host 10, 20, maybe even more people for a big event. So you're gonna get the cream of the crop, but not all apartments are crazy expensive or anything like that. You're gonna find something that works for your budget. So think of Plum Guide next time you travel and check out my link below. Thank you again, guys, and let's get back to the video. All right, so in we go into the bathroom. Now, something you'll notice in France, although it's not the case with this apartment, is that a lot of times the toilet, which we see right in front of us, is often separate from the shower. So a half bath, and this one, as I said, is a little different because it has a sink to the left, but many times in France, you're gonna find that the half bath is really only a toilet. And if you wanna wash your hands, you're gonna have to get up, walk around the corner, sometimes down the hall to the area where there's a tub or a shower, and that's where you're gonna find the sink. But I'm happy to report that there's a small sink in this bathroom where we do have the toilet. Again, nicely lit with light flooding in this morning from the window. And something you'll see in more modern apartments as they get renovated, very commonly in France, we have two flush buttons. So one for if you just have to pee, two for, number two, just depends. Uses less water, nice and eco-friendly. And I know that is getting more and more popular in the US as well. So that's always nice to see. Pick your flush depending on your needs. And then you'll also see commonly in bathrooms or kitchens, especially again in smaller, older apartments, we have the hot water heater. This is a modern one. It's, a stainless steel color, and it has a digital display. But many times you'll see old school water heaters that are cylinder shaped, and they're going to be, in the corner or something like this, just to maximize space. Now behind me, we have a washing machine. Now washing machines in France are often in the bathroom, sometimes in the kitchen, again, in smaller apartments because there's no laundry room. Again, in warmer climates or in the south of France, those sorts of places, people don't always have a dryer. I should say, in general, in France, people don't always have dryers. They'll use the clothes drying rack that I showed you out on the balcony. Dryers do exist, but I would say they're not quite as commonplace as they are in the US. And with that, we're gonna head into the main part of the bathroom with the shower. Now, as we head out of the bathroom, I'm gonna draw your attention back to the entryway real quick. So we came in that door there to the left. We have a big drying rack that can be opened up and either put out on the balcony or in one of the bedrooms. Again, since there's no dryer, you'll commonly see drying racks like this one that people use indoors or out, depending on their space. All right, I'm gonna take you in the main bathroom here. We'll turn on the light. So what you're gonna find is a shower. And one of the features of showers pretty much everywhere in France is that you're gonna have a detachable shower head called a pommeau de douche. A pommeau de douche. And what it is, it's handheld. You'll find these in the US as well. But the difference is that in France, pretty much the only option is a shower head that is detachable. You're not going to find ones, even in older buildings, that are fixed to the wall. You're going to be able to always detach it, if you need to just clean your feet, you don't need to get your head wet, and that sort of thing. So this is a nicely renovated bathroom, tiling on the walls. And you also have in this particular shower a fixed shower head from the top, kind of waterfall style, so you can kind of have that experience in the shower. And something else I want to point out is this towel warmer rack here. This is something you'll see relatively frequently, I would say, in France, in hotels, in private homes. You'll have to let me know if you're in the US if you have one of these. I don't think they're quite as common in the US, but in France, you will see them here and there, and in hotels and private homes. What it is you turn it on via the button below. Here you can set the temperature, a timer, and the rack will heat up. They're usually silver or white in color, but you can burn yourself on them. So I don't know if you have little kids, if that's always the best thing to get installed in your French bathroom, but they are really cozy and nice. You just put your towel on there before you pop in the shower, warms up your towel, so when you get out, you have a nice warm towel to dry off with. I love them. Okay, and now into the kitchen. You'll see that it's also closed off by a door. If you wish, you can close the door. If not, leave it open, but you have that option. And it's a really nicely well-lit kitchen with a refrigerator over here in the corner built into the cabinets. The freezer is right below it. Cooktop stove. We have the oven down below. All types of cabinets that actually go up to the ceiling, which is nice. And a sink and all the types of things you expect to find in a kitchen. So yeah, the view out the window here, if we open it up, we can see very similarly styled neighbors' apartments right out the window. Looking very nice. Sometimes there are sheets drying or towels, that sort of thing, held on by clothespins. Very commonly seen in France. And the fridge is a little noisy. Excuse me. Oh, there it is. And just a normal fridge. I would say that in France, in general, refrigerators might be a little smaller than what you find in the US. Not that big, double-doored, French-doored, whatever you want to call it, refrigerators don't exist in France, but I would say they aren't the norm. You're going to find refrigerators that maybe are a little narrower than what you're used to, vertical ones. But they have freezers on the bottom. And again, you can find giant refrigerators. I just find that in homes that maybe are a little smaller apartments in city centers, obviously the refrigerators are going to be smaller since space is at such a premium. Now, something you'll frequently see in France is an electric kettle. And while we have them in the US as well, I feel like they're found in French homes a little bit more. A lot of Americans will make tea with an old school kettle that whistles that you heat up on the stove. These are pretty much in every French kitchen, whereas in the US, maybe they're not quite as mainstream yet. But French people also use them to heat up water. If they're cooking pasta on the stove, they don't want to wait for their pot to boil. So they'll heat up the water first in the electric kettle, pour it into the pot, and make their pasta like that. Just getting a head start on the boiling process. Yeah, super handy, and I love them. And yeah, check out the floors. Really cool pattern. And another thing I'd like to point out is that radiators in this apartment and many others like it, they're going to be electric. So these are all new modern radiators that are plugged into the wall, as you could see down below. In my home that was built in the 50s in the Loire Valley, all of my radiators are the old school original radiators that came when the house was originally built. So they're going to have water running through them. They're not electric, plugged into the wall. But this is a nice touch. You can kind of regulate your temperature a lot better when you have electric radiators. So nice to see that this apartment has all electric ones in the bedroom. Okay, and one thing you won't find in France are doorknobs that are circular knobs, completely round, brass or a brushed silver finish. And while you will find door handles like this in the US, they certainly exist, you won't find circular doorknobs in France. They just really are not popular at all. You're always going to find a doorknob handle, more like that. And then we have the seating area, which is a wooden booth, kind of like a long bench. So yeah, this is the kitchen. Okay, and into the second bedroom we go. And you'll see there's a full-size bed right in front of us. There's 2 nightstands with a little lamp. And then we also have a beautiful window that we could look out to the courtyard below, and a shelving area to the left along with a fan. And then to my right, we have really nice closets that actually go all the way up to the ceiling. So yeah, this is a great apartment. I'll link it down below via Plum Guide. If you just want to walk 10 minutes to the beach, to the big beach area here, right in the center of town, not up a crazy big hill or anything like that. Very accessible. It is on the 2nd floor, or I guess what we would call in the US, the 3rd floor. Is that right? It's up 2 flights of stairs. So if you're mobility impaired or you have giant pieces of luggage, consider that up a kind of narrow staircase without an elevator. But really nice. Great for 4 people or a couple with 2 kids. As I showed you, there was a full bed here. And then behind me, I showed you the 2 single beds, the 2 twins. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for you today. Thank you again to Plum Guide for hosting us. And I invite you to check out their link below for all your apartment rental needs, whether you're in France or another area of the world. And with that, I'll leave it there. hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up if you haven't. And let me know down below if anything in this apartment looks familiar or foreign. And if you've been down here to the French Atlantic coast, down by Spain, here in Saint-Jean-de-Luz. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you next time on We in France. Salut!